Cacique.
Bye Shabba, Cacique is back with his weekly crossout video. Today I'm gonna give a preview of the new Battle Pass. If you want to know what is coming in the new season and which new cabins, weapons and other stuff you can await, just stay and watch. Hyperborea, the new Crossout Battle Pass, will be out approximately in 2 days from today. In this afternoon was the live stream from the developers of Crossout, and I snacked out the most important parts. This is how I can show you already what you can expect from the new Battle Pass season, Hyperborea Battle Pass. Based on our seasonal event, the new faction will be placed in a truly Nordic winter. Hyperborea is a northern faction with its distinctive massive parts. This new Battle Pass will be 4 months on his way, so you will have enough time to get all the parts, also if you aren't joining from the first day. Let's check out the new season rewards. New legendary cabin. One of the cabins of the new faction is perfect for those who want to control their drones, turrets and quadcopters. The perk of this cabin will consist of active and passive features. Passively, you will be able to set a target for any drone, turret or quadcopter. This is like the target design of the Annihilator drone. If you activate the perk, then the damage of all drones, turrets and quadcopters will be greatly increased, but they will all be destroyed as soon as the duration of the active ability ends. The number of attachment points on all sides will also give you a lot of opportunities to armor the car and apply non-standard design solutions. New epic heavy cabin Hagen. This cabin will appeal to the fans of heavy vehicles with any weapon that has the mechanics of weapon overheating and cooling. The cabin has a very convenient form factor, 8 pins wide, about 7 pins in length and only 4 pins in height. In addition to its shape, it has a lot of attachment points that will allow you to protect it from all sides. But first, let's talk about its parameters. This is the lightest and fastest cabin among all the heavy cabins. Despite the smaller mass, its durability is comparable to such cabins as the Humpback or Icebox. Of course, such parameters require certain restrictions. Among all the heavy cabins, Hagen will have the lowest parameters of tonnage and mass limit. However, considering its perk, the vehicles with this cabin probably won't carry an unbearable number of parts. Each overheated weapon used in conjunction with this cabin will activate one special charge. There can be a maximum of 3 charges. Each charge, at the cost of temporarily reducing the power and speed of the cabin, will boost the cooling of weapons, and the effects of several charges will stack. Legendary light generator Thor. Apollo was the state of the art until now. Without a perfect fusion to reduce the weight, you could get problems building up your beloved vehicle. But that should be over for now because a new lightweight generator is on the way. Like Apollo, the new generator adds 4 points of energy, but it's noticeably more compact than its heavier counterpart. In horizontal projection, its dimensions are 5 pins, in length 4 pins, in width add 2 pins, in height. The durability of the new generator is about half that one of the Apollo, but the mass is almost 3 times less, which will be appreciated by the owners of lightweight armored cars, who had to make sacrifices for the sake of an additional unit of energy. There are also 2 new machine guns available in the Hyperborea Battle Pass. First, the legendary machine gun Northhang. The form factor of the new machine gun is different from what we are already used to seeing. Northhang has a squat and elongated model with a slightly enlarged base. The weapon's barrel rotates freely around its axis. If we compare it with the already familiar Aspect and Vindicator, we will see that Northhang doesn't lose in anything in terms of parameters and stands out with its inviolable accuracy. The weapon is demanding to the player's skills and has the familiar mechanics of the spread growth as the firing progresses. Its perk gives a 100% damage bonus to the first 5 shots the weapon makes, after being completely overheated and cooled down. The second one is the epic heavy machine gun Gungnir. An unusual weapon, a machine gun for those who don't like machine guns. The opposite of a machine gun at the end. Low rate of fire, high one-time damage and durability. The machine gun rotates freely around its axis. And the most interesting thing is its perk. As the machine gun heats up, its rate of the fire decreases slightly, but the spread becomes almost unnoticeable. You shot a little slower, but accurately even at long range. If we compare Gungnir with other epic machine guns like Spectre 2, Tackler or Protector, then the new weapon has a higher damage, range and accuracy. The Sleipnir tank track. The new tank track will be especially useful for those who prefer to conceal everything with frames and don't want to bump to the terrain during a fierce battle with a module or other parts. Another equally important feature is the increased resistance to fire damage. Flamethrowers, fire puddles from the incinerator Mandrake or Porcupine, the part has enough resistance to drive through a dangerous area, and don't be afraid of being immobilized. Among other differences from the reinforced track, which are worth mentioning, include slightly higher speed but lower tonnage and durability, new structural parts and customization kits. The new faction will also add new structural parts to the game. Aesthetics can be awesome. The new customization kits, for example fuse drones and omnibugs, are looking really great. New map. In this update you will also be able to fight on the first map with new Arctic setting. This is a 2-level map for battles in the encounter mode. The location features an area that was once a scientific station that survived a volcanic eruption. In total, there are 2 main areas that can be distinguished on the map. The first is 2 parallel descents for long-range battle, while the second one is a plateau with plenty of cover and a capture point. Each descent has 2 possible paths of travel. One leads to a firing position that can be used to shot on the opposite side, while the other is hidden from enemy fire and will allow you to reach the lowlands without too much trouble. Both descents are connected by a bridge, which can help melee fighters go behind the backs of gaping snipers. On the plateau, the vehicles assembled for melee fights and fights at medium distance will feel more comfortable. In the meantime, long-range vehicles must cover their allies. Keep an eye out for enemy snipers and make their lives as difficult as possible. Are you excited about the new map? Just let me know in the comments. New code driver. Since the code driver system update, this part of the game was quiet. Now it's time to meet a new code driver. Welcome Hertz. Hertz charges when the armored vehicle moves at a speed higher than 80% of its maximum speed. The next shot at the enemy made from an energy weapon after a full charge activates the talent. The effect increases the damage of energy weapons to the cabin, modules, weapons and movement parts by 30%, but reduces the damage to structural parts by the same percentage. At the same time is the heating rate from enemy weapons reduced by 40%. A protective field durability of additional 20% affects all parts that generate protective fields: Nova, Aegis Prime and Barrier. That can be another revival of energy weapons. What do you think? Crafting and upgrading recipes exploited. Besides, there are, like always, some changes of different parts in the game. We will see in the next weeks how they will affect the gameplay. If you don't want to miss a detailed review, you know what you must do. I will yet do now alone with the crafting and upgrading recipes that you can prepare yourself for the Hyperborea Battle Pass. See you next time.